Day 11. Okay. Return to exercise journey with Jules. Sometimes I say that, sometimes I don't know. I just guess, we're getting used to it. We're in the groove. We're nearing halfway. All right. I am going to do my pelvic floor breathing, if you saw my foreshadow, in a child's pose, having a little bit of an open hip, so I can both stretch and relax that pelvic floor before I get going here today. Your choice, as we've been doing recently, what position you would like to be in, whether it's a stretch, whether it's an active pose, whether it's just a relaxing laying down pose. Actually, I'm going to bring my forehead to my hands, a little bit of a modified child pose here. And then inhale, feel that full 360 expansion on my rib cage, making sure that pressure is evenly distributed through my core all the way into my pelvis, onto my pelvic floor, letting it relax without bearing down on it. And exhale. I had to take another inhale. Lightly draw that pelvic floor in as the ribcage comes down. Hopefully this is feeling a little bit more natural, a little easier to quickly connect with that pelvic floor, and feeling good about managing pressure at rest before exercise. Maybe you've even done this before other activities in your life at this point. Remember, this is always a tool with you going forward. Before you do any activity that you feel might be a little bit extra vigorous as well, do some of these. Make sure that pelvic floor is rocking and rolling and ready to go. Okay. Coming on up to a half kneel position. We're going to do those bow and arrow stretches. So pelvis should stay forward, knee stays tracked over toes, so I'm not letting it move. Hands together, shoulders back and down. Neutral pelvis, nice stacked ribs. Twist open on the inhale if you wish. Exhale, or just come back to center, other direction. Twist open and back to center. Hello. Oh, really push that knee out so you can feel right here as well. Don't want to come in. And one more this side. This leg. Other side. Always can do this in a stagger if this doesn't feel good for you. Pushing that knee out. Ooh, I felt a little wobbly in my knee that time. Going slow and mindfully. Hearing the trucks outside. A nice serenade of the garbage truck for me. Last one. Woohoo! All right, we are going to do that lovely bear crawl position again. I'm going sideways so you can see me and I have more room. Wherever you are in your space, we're going laterally with our bear crawl here. So toes tucked under, hover those knees, and we're going to step. You can also go opposite arm and leg if that feels easier. That's not what I was doing. Or the same. It doesn't matter. As long as you're keeping your hips still. If you're still to a point where you're not like today, maybe it wasn't last time, maybe it wasn't time before, but today you're like, ooh, this is too much for me. Maybe you're not quite ready for it in general, in terms of the pressure you're putting on that core. You can turn this into more of a straight leg bear crawl. So go into like a down dog position, and then you're laterally walking. So you're taking some of that pressure off the core, a little bit more on the shoulders, but it's got to go somewhere. Or you're here. So one or the other, back and forth, about 10 both directions. I don't know how many I've done. Whoa! That was a big noise. I am standing up. We're gonna do a quarter squat rainbow. So a little bit of an angle so you can see me. A little Oompa Loompa. But I'm gonna hold it, shoulders back, shift all the way down to one foot, toe comes on up out lightly. I'm just tapping it. Most of my weight's on this foot. Big rainbow all the way around. Go as far as you can behind you, keeping that little bend in the knee and the hips. The knee and the hips should stay there. Big rainbow back. And around. Oop, make sure I'm not gripping with those lower toes. 3. Let's do 4 on each side. 4. Woo! Up and shake it out. Again, Oompa Loompa quarter squat. Stay here, weight on this leg, toe, stay upright as far as I can behind me. And I can hover that toe or I can actually drag it. Kind of depends on what's below you, I suppose. Staying nice and stable, steady, sturdy. 4. We're big. Rainbows on that side. Yeah. All right. Last, we're going to do a band high pull. So grab your resistance band, step on one side of it, crisscross it. Keep the tension out of that neck. Pull high to your chin. Elbows go high and outside. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're gonna do this again, just those last 3. So, warm up will be continued. Bear crawls, so here or here, depending on how your core feels, but do try to keep a nice flat back. Do try to keep those hips steady wherever they're at, whether they're up or down, and do, of course, try to keep tension out of your neck as best as possible. Okay, that was down and back twice. Core squat rainbows. Wait here. Big circle. Oh, don't go too fast, Jules. Going too fast. Slow it down. It's because I want to be done with them. Here we go, other side. 2, 3, and 4. That makes me feel like a gymnast, very graceful, pointing the toe. I love that. Okay, and high pulls. One more time. Crisscross, neutral stacking, elbows high outside to my chin. Let's do 12. 12. There. Quick and dirty warm up. We're ready for our 12 minutes of continuous work today, day 11. You're gonna need a light set of weights and a medium set of weights. Actually, you only need one medium weight, but we have them both. Great. And that's it. Easy. Not much to explain there. And we'll talk about what we're doing as we get going with our time. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. 12 minutes on the clock. That's not one of our moves. Okay. Reverse lunges. If you need support on this, you've got a wall, I hope, or a steady post, or a broomstick, or something to hold. If not, or, well, even if you do, we're stepping backwards. 90-90 when I get there, bending that back knee to the floor so that I can keep the weight in that midfoot. Shoulders stay back, press back to center, other side, and up. 3, 4. Again, I want that weight centered as I come down. I don't want to be here. None of this. Top of your head goes towards the ceiling as you stand. I don't know, 8 to 12. Alternating. I think that was probably just enough. All right, we're gonna do a single dumbbell of the medium variety. Hey, look, back in a lunge position. You can untuck that back toe if you want to. Up to you. We're gonna do a crossbody chop. So, starting down by your opposite hip, you're coming across the body and back down. It's okay to have a little bend in your elbows. You don't have the whole completely locked out, especially this arm is gonna bend a little as you come across. But I don't want you behind you. I want you to stop, in this more vertical plane. And I also don't want you to be twisting too much with your shoulders. Your shoulders should stay still. Your hips should stay still. So you're resisting with that core. Pause at the bottom. Quick up and down pause. Relax at the bottom. 6 to 8 range on those as well. Switch sides. I'm nice and sturdy. You could actually have this leg out even a little bit more if you want to be more sturdy, steady. Try not to do the tightrope walking though, right? Little to no movement in my shoulders, meaning they're not twisting. I'm not getting any twist in my spine as I do this. Okay. Yay, that's down. Little extra fun quad work today. We're gonna do squatting calf raises. We're gonna do them alternating. We did squatting calf raises before where you're right here. We're gonna do it so we can come a little bit higher up on our toes, hopefully, a little bit outside of shoulder width. Quarter squat down, up on my toe, up on my toe. And I'm not doing this side to side. Keep those hips steady. If you want to go a little wider, a little lower, do so. Up on your toe as high as you can get. Feel that calf turn on. 7, 8, 10, 11, and 12. Stand, strike it out. Exercise number 4, light weights. And I do mean light, and I actually mean light enough where if you don't have light enough, don't use anything. Make a fist. So you're gonna do a bent over W to Y. So here's my bent over position. Love this position if you didn't notice that. W here, so I'm making a W with my arms. 90-90 with my arms, pulling my elbows to the sky. Back down, and then a Y. Can you see my Y? Boop, I'm bent over. So pulling the shoulders back, not my neck. Using those lats. W, Y. Five or 6 of each. Those WYs. Sorry, I felt like I was getting caught. Back to my reverse lunges. Support if you need it. Kind of awkward for me on that wall because of my plant. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. Shoulders stay back, driving that head up. Gotta remember that. And half nail chops. I'll show you the stagger. Here I am in my stagger. If I need to. I actually think the stagger is a little bit harder on your core. You're not quite stable because your hips can move a lot more. So you got to be much more mindful of your core if you're in a stagger. Also remember, we're not on a tightrope with our stagger. We want a little space. That will help with our stability as well. I think that was even. Yeah, alternating squatting calf raises. This is one that would be fine with you adding a little weight if you wanted to your chest here. If you wanted to hold a little something in that front rack. Try not to move my hips. Keep my knees tracked over my toes. Hopefully that looked okay. And Y's and W's, showing you from the side this time. 6. Yeah, I keep catching. It's okay. All good. We're over halfway. Hey. Reverse lunges from the front. Hopefully you can see my knees and my hips tracking the same. Shoulders back. Whee! Oh, gotta lift a little bit off kilter on that one. That's okay. I don't know why I have all these sound effects today. Remember, if you are doing this with the breath, because I don't want you to be holding your breath, at the bottom of the pause, that's where you want to pause longer to inhale. Be mindful of that relaxing of the pelvic floor before you squeeze and pull. So if you are bringing that piece in there because you're used to tight, 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 squeeze, brace, no breathing, let that go. Here at the bottom. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, so you can slow those down for that purpose or for any purpose. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Eight, 9, 10. Keep those hips still, shoulders back. 12. Again, those could be weighted if you want. All good there. W. Y, nice flat back, pulling with my shoulders, pulling with my back, shoulder blades and back. I'm taking a pause, getting a little bit of water. 3.5 almost minutes left. Reverse lunge. Facing this way, you know, just because why not? Nine, 10, 11, 12. Back down to my lunge. Hey, hopefully that one you heard or saw. I'm more mindful. Pausing and breathing, inhaling. Exhale. Wait. No. Squats. Arms are out here mostly, again, to keep that back flat, shoulders back, so I don't start doing this. Still. Wider. Push my knees out. Up, high on my toe. 9. 12. Yeah, probably pretty good for my feet too. Very different sensation coming up on your toe, barefoot, by the way, than shoes. So yeah, just saying, something to try if you haven't already. Getting strong feet, strong toes, strong ankles is such an important thing for longevity of the rest of our joints. As we all know, they're all connected. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. We learned that a long time ago. I'm not killing, but my shoulders are ready to move on. Yeah. What do we got? Less than a minute. Extra water breaks for me today. All right. Don't know why I'm making all these noises. I feel like I'm a little bit of a struggle bus today. It happens. Slowing it down. I think that's all for me. 30 seconds. Do a few chops. For each side. I'm actually probably getting a few more of this. That's okay, because timer's about to go off. There it is. Good work. My bonus, our bonus, is unfortunately not a laying down one. I'm ready to do that. But we'll do that soon enough. We're going to do a few flamingos. We have done these before. It's kind of like a remaining deadlift or a warrior 3. Lots of names for this. But ground down to one side, knee up, arms up, shrug the shoulders. If you're still working on balance and you want to stay here, just hang out and work on that balance. Otherwise, a little bend in that front knee. Keep that back straight, leg goes behind you, square those hips, and then come on back through, knee up. Inhale, exhale, come down. Warrior 3 or remaining deadlift or airplane or what else can you call this? I don't know. I call it a flamingo. Up. One more on the side. Square the hips. And up. Good. Reset. Ooh, again, speaking of ankle, feet, and toe strength, feeling it today for sure on these. I don't know where I'm going. I'll stay here. Grounding down now on my other leg. Up. Balance. Again, stay here. Work on your balance or fit in that knee. Bring it back behind you. Square those hips. Pause and then bring it back up. If you need to reset. Or if you want to keep that leg up the whole time, awesome. Square. There we go. I think we're doing 4 per side. Which means we have one more, I think. All right, in between, we're going to do one more, but in between, nice and wide. Throw the hips back till you can't anymore. Forward fold in this wide stance. Hang your head, walk your hands to one side. And the other. Back to center, hands on hips. Bend the knees, straighten the back. Come on up. All right, let's flamingo. Remaining deadlift, warrior 3, one more time. Neep. Going for 4-ish on each side. Last one here. Less talking when I'm concentrating hard. Other side. Keep the shoulders up, Jules. Keep the lips square. Nice. There we go. Yeah, I like to give myself a little pep talk, a little motivation. Gotta be your biggest fan, right? I believe. I can fly. Just kidding. Okay. No, not really. I'm losing it today, guys. I'm losing it. One more time with that forward fold because it feels so good. Walk your hands over to one foot. And over to the other. And make your way to a seat. We're going to butterfly. All done with the hard stuff. Getting a nice little stretch in. Feet together, pull them in as far as you can. Might be here, might be here. Might be that you need back support. All good. Find what you need to try to relax in this position. Shouldn't be a huge struggle. You can use your elbows to push down your knees or your hands push down your knees. You can roll forward if you feel like it. Something for that hip girdle stretch, love. Pelvic floor stretch, love. And we're going to extra hamstring stretch. We kind of did it in our forward fold. We're going to do it again. So keeping one leg in, the other leg goes out. Try to square your hips towards that leg that's out. Flex the foot towards your face. If you can't reach your toe, go ahead and bend your knee until you can. Give it a little grab, and then push that knee away. It might not go straight. That's fine. We just want to put a little extra pressure on the hamstring. You can also grab the outside of your foot. It's going to feel a different stretch than it would if you're grabbing here, here. So, yeah, a lot of ways you can nuance this. That's the gymnastics version. Let's go other side. Bring it in. This leg can be out farther too if you need it to be, but I do want to be mindful about squaring my hips as best as I can. Bend the knee if you need to grab that toe. If that's not happening at all for you, just lean as best you can. Again, wall on your back works too. Or maybe you're somebody that can touch your forehead to your knee. By all means, go for it. Something just to get a little bit stretched on those hammies. All right, release. We're going to come down all the way on our backs. Oh, this is what I wanted. It's about halfway through that workout. Okay. Extend those legs out straight, arms above our head, full body stretch. Point the toes, reach. And then roll your wrists around, roll your ankles around. Okay, that's it. I'm done. Day 11, over. See you soon for our halfway mark, day 12.